Thank you, Maria. I don't know who takes their husband to the fabric store. I just don't understand that concept. It's like taking your husband to your high school reunion when he didn't go to school there and doesn't know anybody. No, unless you're, married to the King of Sheba or something. No, just don't. Okay, everybody. It's Wednesday, September 21st. It's so great to see you here today. And I'm really excited about today's interview. It's with Teresa Coates. She works with Shannon Fabrics. And if you're not familiar with Shannon Fabrics, oh my gosh, they make this wonderful plush. Well, they have a bunch of different plushes. I will tell you, a couple Christmases ago, I gave one of these to each of my grandies, and I thought, they're going to think this is stupid, a blanket. Oh, listen, I had to go and identify them with their names so everybody got their blankie. So you guys are going to like Teresa. And what she's doing right now is a kick in the pants. I absolutely love it. So, okay. Okay, this made me, and I left my notes in the other room. Okay, Grandma, I don't remember your name, but shoot. This is Alex, age, I think 12, and she made her very first quilt. Oh, are you getting that for me, John? Thank you. It was actually inspired by the Linda Sullivan show. Linda is, her company, I believe, is Colorworks, and she knew nothing about quilting at all. But man, she dug in with, it's okay, I got it, babes. Thank you. She dug in there with the rotary cutter, the rulers, and all that. And I was thinking, when she's like, if she's 12, that's about when I dug my hands into sewing. So I love this. Okay, look and look. hmm I think that kids absolutely know they don't have the things in their head saying, "Oh, you're going to mess this up. You're going to mess this up," etc. So look at this. So Mary Lynn, thank you so much. I mean, this just I can't tell you how this makes my day. All right, I can't tell you how this makes my day. So yay. And and I believe you said we met at the Modesto Quilt Show when I was there. Yeah. Yeah, keep bringing them in, you guys. Reel in those kids. And I think that's a beautiful age to start. All right. So Joyce sent this, and it was her attempts at sticks. And I got to tell you, I love that you are taking these things that I'm teaching you and you're not creating the whole quilt right off the bat. You're getting the technique down. That's exactly what I want from you. Is just to learn these different techniques, and then we'll dig into our beloved stash when we get something in our mind that works together. Okay? Here is Okay, Melody is now addicted to the circle maker. And it looks like, oh, this is a baby lock. So I'm telling you, just try these different things. They're fun. The mystery is not that big of a mystery. And she's addicted. Sorry. What can I say? Sorry, man. And so I'm assuming that baby lock, and that would mean brother, also have an attachment for the circle maker. Okay, editor Anne up in Canada, I just clipped what she wrote me so that I don't screw it up. But we were talking about on Monday if you could quilt with it. And here's what editor Anne said. Okay, she said, let's see if I can, yeah. A few years ago, I tried to quilt with my circle maker. All my layers were stuck together with basting spray, yay, so the fabric didn't shift. But the weight of the quilt continually pulled the spike out of its setting. It was a total disaster. I couldn't stitch a single circle with it. Thanks about the mice. I think we may have won. But you know what? That's right. Those little teeth. click, 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 click. They are exceedingly sensitive, exceedingly sensitive. So, in fact, one of my circle makers, I think I broke by being too rough on it. So that, Anne, is a point very well taken. Thank you very much for that. All right, and then Rose. Okay, Rose. She thinks she learned it on our show. She thinks it might be Libby Lehman, and I think she's right. What she did was I hope I get this right. She pieced the top, the 8 patch, whatever you want to call it, and then she went around, she put things behind it. See, I don't know how this works, but basically she used a circle maker, did fancy stitches, and then cut off the top pieces to expose the back. So I think that's kind of interesting. I'm probably messing up the description, but I will bet you, I mean, I know Libby did this because when we did our super seminars with Ricky and Libby, she would show this, and it's a super awesome process using the circle maker. Okay, now remember, you guys, make sure you sign up to win the Bernina Circle Maker. We have 3. I believe it went out in today's newsletter. We'll pick winners next Monday and announce. So make sure you check that out. And thank you. I think that's Kristen who put it up there. With that. Okay, can you use a circle maker with Rick Rack circles? Susan, I don't know because I can't quite picture what you're saying. It's always worth a try. That was John. John, thank you for putting that up there. I've got 2 people my back. Yeah, Linda, that would have been reverse applique, but I'm not. I'll tell you what I can't figure out, and I know that Libby talked about it. I can't figure out how it all matched up so beautifully. So maybe she pieced 2 quilts that were identical, layered them. Yeah, that would be it, okay? And then do the fancy around it and then cut it out. Yeah, that's how you would do that. Okay, Heidi, remember back in the day where she got this knitted or crocheted hat, right? From one of you. Oh, she hated that thing. But now I keep it as a shrine behind me up there. It's got a tennis ball with it on and all that. Well, I got this morning from KK, and I would suggest you just, if you're swallowing, finish right now. Just finish. Oh my gosh. What cat would ever let you do that? What cat? And my cat thought she was being abused. It's so funny. And I even looked up, do you know cats can have 6 or 8 boobies? That's a fact. Oh my gosh, KK. I I was howling when I opened that up, and it's gone viral to all the people that are on my text chain. Okay. Okay, here we go. So, I have some good stuff to tell you at the end that's coming up. But in the meantime, I'm going to grab my blankie and just have it in my lap. Oh, I love this stuff. And let's hang out with Teresa Coates. You're going to fall in love with her.
All right.
Teresa Coates, how are you?
I am doing great. How are you, Alex?
Great. It's been a long time since I've seen you.
It has. It's been a few years. I mean, yeah, it's been a few years, maybe
So,
3.
yeah, but things are changing back, which is wonderful. Okay, so everybody, this is what is going on here. We just connected the other day again. At market, we'd always run into each other and we were loving on that and just
Yep.
whatever. And you are doing something with Shannon Fabrics, and you've been with Shannon for a long time. Tell everybody what Shannon is in case they're under a rock or something.
Right. They might be. Yeah. Shannon Fabrics is primarily we're the manufacturer of cuddle fabric. So those minky plush fabrics that everybody loves for stuffed animals and blankets. That's what we do as a company, and I'm the national educator.
Yeah. And in the olden days, what did you used to do?
I have done a lot of different things, but it's been a lot of teaching for the past probably about 15 years.
But like
So
hop on a plane and go, where are you right now?
I teach all over the place. So right now we are in Arlington Heights. I have to think about it for a second because it's a different place every week. So
Mhm.
we're in Arlington Heights, Illinois, which is part of Chicago area. And yeah, I've been traveling and teaching for a while now. And this time I just get to do it a special way. And,
We're going to share that. And you're at Linda Z's, right?
I am at Linda Z's.
Yeah. Well, I love her. I mean, I see them all the time. Well, 2 years ago.
Right.
3 years ago.
At any of the big events.
Okay, so here's the deal, you guys. I just almost freaked when we had a meeting the other day. You are no longer getting on an airplane, are you?
No, no, not at all. I used to, yeah, grab an airplane and shoot off the next city. Now I just get in this big old bus. It has my name on the side of it.
How did you? And basically, you're going all over the country.
Exactly. So we have been traveling. So me and my boyfriend, and who also works for the company, we travel in this RV, and we have been going all over the place. We've been to a few dozen shops now, and we just go from shop to shop to shop and teach classes and do a weekly live. It's crazy. I
Who
don't.
thought this up, for Pete's sakes?
It was kind of like a dual thing because we started Sew Together Tuesday, which is the name of our little YouTube show that we do.
Uh-huh.
And every week we would do this little show, and we did it from my studio at home. And then when things started getting better and I was able to travel again, the stores wanted me to come out, and I didn't want to give up Sew Together Tuesday. So I was like, if I travel and teach, how do I do this show? And I really like doing this show, and I don't want to give it up. So we said, hey, boss, do you want to do this? And yeah, the bosses said yes. They bought an
Yeah.
RV and put us on the road.
And I
So
know exactly what you're saying because I cannot travel right now because I'm doing these Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. I love
mhm.
them. I mean, just oh
Yeah.
my gosh, think about this. Think about this 5 years ago. So here's an event, okay?
Yep.
And,
Yep. This one is at Cali Quilt Co. in Rancho Cordova.
and
A hard with that name for some reason. So yeah, that was a great one. We did a Christmas in July last year. It was very fun. Yeah, this is up in the UP at a place called Time Flies Quilt and Sew in Negaunee, and we did a little blanket workshop and made everybody come out and take pictures in front of the bus.
By the way, those blankies are the best. I shared the other day on our little conference call that my grandkids, we had to tag them and name them. And in fact, I went over there yesterday, and what were they snuggled under?
The cuddle.
The cuddle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
here, let's take a look at this. I think this is just, wait a minute, here we go. Here we go.
Oh yeah, so this is our map. So this tour that we're on right now. So we kind of do it in little legs, and this is our fourth leg, I think, fifth leg. I can't remember now. And so last week we were at Always in Stitches in Noblesville, and then this week we're at Linda Z's in Arlington Heights. Next week we'll be up in Elm Grove, and we just keep doing this thing where we just make our way across the country. We'll end up in December. We'll be in California again.
Now, you live in California.
We did live in California until we got rid of our apartment and moved into an RV.
So this is it?
This is it. Yeah. Everything we own is in that RV, basically. So we have a storage unit that has some of, the precious things that you can't get rid of. But otherwise, yeah, this is it for as long as we can do it.
What if you want to do big sewing? Because I asked you about that before we did this, and you can't do big
Yeah.
sewing.
I can't do big sewing. So I have to do little sewing. I have my featherweight with me so that I can pull that out. I have a Bernina that I use for the show, but I have a featherweight that I use for my personal sewing, and it doesn't get brought out but maybe once a month.
Okay. So here you are. This is what I would expect to see. What is your boyfriend's name?
His name is Hawk.
Hawk. Okay. So this is what your gear and setup looks like, right?
Exactly. So we bring our tables, the cutting mats, everything. I bring the machine. Last season we used the Baby Lock Crescendo. We bring the lights. Yeah, the signs in the front, and we set this up in the shop at, in a place where it works out for the shop, and we teach the class, do it live over Facebook and YouTube, and then I teach classes on top of that. So,
Okay. So what about tomorrow when you do your Tuesday live? Are you going to do it from Linda's store?
yeah, we were just setting it up as to where we're going to be in the shop and what's going to be behind me and all that fun stuff.
This is a total win for everybody. Here's
I
another one.
think so. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, this was at Creative Passions a few weeks ago in a little bitty town called Chesaning, Michigan.
Okay, so what
And
did Hawk do before this?
so Hawk did events, and he did like large scale events and actually traveled around the world setting up these big, huge events. So we kind of were able to join our skills, and that he's really good at big events, and I'm really good at sewing. So we
Yeah,
put the two
yeah,
of us
yeah.
and
And
made
then
this work.
I love this. Okay, so tell me about this rainbow. Like, what's the deal on that?
So this is the project that we did last week. So every week we try to do a pattern, either a free pattern that we offer as a company or a pattern that they can purchase otherwise. And this was one of the students who made the little rainbow pillow, and she was very happy to be there and yeah,
In
and meet
one
me
day?
on YouTube's. Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of times I have to do step outs. Like that one I did some step outs to show how you do it, but a lot of them we do it the whole process. So I will show you the whole thing of making it, whether I have to do step outs or I can make it all in one whack, but I will show you the entire process.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm just trying to visualize living in this bus full time. By the way, Ricky and Kay Brooks, they have a rig, and Kay would be happy to sell their place and live in the rig. Totally
Yeah.
happy. So how do you prepare like step outs and stuff like that? I mean, do you come in like a couple days before in the store and then do stuff there?
I some of that. Sometimes it's the morning of that I finish up, but a lot of it is done beforehand. So the
Okay.
summer I took a few weeks and I did a bunch of sewing and I sewed all the samples and made my step outs.
Okay. Now, Teresa, you are a quilter, and
I,
you sent me a couple images, and so let's take a look at these. Look at her campsite.
so this is kind of what my life looks like a lot of times is, in the evenings I can quilt on my grandma's quilt or I do it while we're driving. So this is actually my great grandma's quilt that she made back in the 50s,
Mm.
and it's all hand pieced, and I've been quilting on it for a very long time because hand quilting is hard.
No, it's not. I
It's
shouldn't do
time
that.
consuming. It's time consuming. That's all.
Oh my
And I'm
gosh.
not fast at it. I haven't been able to get that rock down. So,
You got to come to Livermore, California.
okay. All right.
We'll do a private event here or something.
Oh,
Okay,
great.
here's another one. This has a great story. Tell the whole story of this one.
So this one is a quilt that I made for my friend's wedding, and she was getting married this summer. And so I bought the fabric in Kansas, and then I cut it while we were in Arizona, and then I have been piecing it all along the way as we went along the south and up the East Coast, and I finished it when we were in Long Island. So and then I pieced it, I finished it, sent it to my quilter in Portland, picked it up there when I went back for the summer, put the binding on it, and gave it to her the next day. It was it was a road trip quilt for sure.
Well, the other thing too that I love is I love your design wall, the grass.
Yes. It's what works. I can stand up on the little stairs and look out a little bit above, and it's pretty good.
Okay, now this is pretty spectacular. Okay, we saw the map of this round. Oh, did you say this was your third trip? I'm sorry.
Third or fourth, I can't remember
Okay,
now.
okay.
Yeah. They start to swirl. Yeah. So this is an embroidery that I'm working on where I'm actually tracing out the route that we did. So the first line is in black, and that one we did the biggest trip, and we actually got through 23 states in 11 weeks, which was
Oh,
nuts. And then we went back. We went back home. We got rid of all of our stuff. We got back on the road again. So the green one that I'm doing is the next trip where we kind of are coming across, and we're going to go up the East Coast and then come back over. So I guess this will be our fourth trip, I think.
now let me ask you something, Teresa. Seeing I had to drive across country with my parents after 9/11,
Mhm.
and this country is a beautiful place, and it's very diverse in its offerings. What have you learned on this?
Oh, I was just talking to someone about this. Like, I have learned a ton. One, the differences between food in different places, what people eat, and what somebody defines as coleslaw in one place isn't the same in somewhere else. Barbecue varies dramatically. All that sort of stuff is really interesting to me, and also the similarities and the differences between the the sewing world between these different places. Like we all know a lot of the same fabric, the same, pattern designers and all that sort of stuff. But yet there are places where panels are really popular, or heirloom sewing is really popular, or like this store does a lot, Linda Z's does a lot of garment sewing stuff. So these variations between is really interesting to me. And you really do get to know people really well because we stay in this shop for 2 days. So I
Mhm.
kind of get a lot of time with the locals, and they tell me about the local places I have to go and eat or the places I have to visit. And we do get to see an awful lot and really just see the variety of America, which is awesome.
I
Yeah.
remember driving home on 9/11 just to get home because we had a quilt show. And this is for Hawk, okay?
Uh-huh.
We were going across Nebraska. That is a big, flat state. It
Yeah.
goes
It's
on
very
and
flat.
on and on. And my dad kept saying, "But we have to stop at the air museum. Have you been
Mhm.
there? The air museum." And
Mm-mm.
I'm like, "Oh God, we got to get home. We got a quilt show to put on." And we stopped at that air museum. It's
Mhm.
one of the most fascinating things I've ever been. So if you're driving across Nebraska,
Okay.
probably we were on 80, probably. It
Probably.
is fabulous, a fabulous place to stop
Oh,
and see.
that's we'll look it up. Yeah, I keep, little tabs in my map of the places I want to go, and
Uh-huh.
honestly, there's too many places I wanna go to stop and see them all in one trip, so we just have to keep doing this for a while.
So, okay, so I adore this picture of the two of you. I just absolutely adore it. And I note that somebody's drinking Red Bull.
Yes. We end up drinking probably more Red Bull than we should, but, sometimes the driving days are long. You need a little extra kick to keep us through. So, yeah, that's the little RV. It's a very, I don't know, I wanna say small. It's not small. It's like 29 feet and
Mhm,
just doesn't have any slides. It's compact. There we
mhm.
go. And that's what we drive in, sleep in, all that good stuff. Yeah.
Does it pop out? Does it have pop outs and stuff like
No,
that?
not at all.
Oh my gosh.
We call it a hallway.
Now, do you drive ever?
I have driven in the parking lot, like I'm 16 and learning how to drive.
Okay.
Um, and I've driven through the campsite a couple of times, like in different campsites just to learn. Really just because I don't want the first time I have to drive it to be an emergency. So I'm trying to learn how to get around
No, that's
things.
exactly right. In fact, my kids got one, and that was the first thing they said is Adair has to learn how to maneuver it. They pull theirs with a truck, just in case of an emergency.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's
Helpful.
talk. Let's talk. Why Shannon Fabrics? Tell me why.
Which part of the why?
Um.
Why should people use it?
Okay. I don't like that question. If I were going to work with Shannon for the first time,
Mhm.
what would you suggest I do?
I would suggest that you take a deep breath, go watch some videos on how to deal with it and how to work with it. The biggest thing is most people try to treat it like it's a quilting cotton, and it's not. It's a plush 100% polyester. It's a knit fabric, so you're going to do some things differently. So the first thing I would do really would be to find out a little more about the fabric and how to work with it. Getting the right tools and having the right techniques makes a world of difference in being able to make the things that you want to make with it. And really, you can kind of make anything. That's what I keep trying to prove, is you can do anything with this
Well, I
stuff.
love all the projects you do. And here's the thing. Here is the Shannon website. I
Mhm.
want to say this 100 years ago, I did it with another brand and it was a disaster. And I would say working with Shannon, it does not shed like some of the stuff people might have tried 20 years ago. It for a plush, it's very reasonable to work with, in my
Yeah,
humble opinion.
it's very easy to work with once you know what you're doing. Absolutely. And like you said, so on the website there, on that, the STT is Sew Together Tuesday. And if they click on there, you can end up finding all of our tour dates, the workshops, the classes, but you can also find links to the tips and tricks, the tutorials, video tutorials, and printed ones, all sorts of good stuff under that little tab right there.
Yeah, that is basically your playground. The
Mhm.
STT is your playground. I went and I looked at it, and it's yeah, where are you going to go, all that good stuff. And it's under what Shannon is it Shannon Fabrics or Shannon? I just had it there on
It's
top.
Shannon Fabrics.
Yeah,
Yeah, fabrics.com.
shannonfabrics.com. I am very pleased that you guys are in my life. You're very generous. You're very giving, and I love what you're doing. I absolutely love it. Now, who pays for the gas?
The boss. See, it's a win-win, right? It's great.
I think it's wonderful. What do you hit certain RV parks on the way and have to plot all that stuff out?
We do. Yeah, all of that stuff has to get plotted out in advance because those places fill up, and especially over the summertime or like the end of the season. End of summer was a little hard, beginning of summer was a little hard because a lot of people are out there. So yeah, all that stuff has to get plotted out. Our routes, because we can't go certain places with the RV.
Right,
Yeah. There's a
right,
lot to it.
right. Well, thank you so much. I know you're setting up. Is the event today at Linda's or tomorrow?
It's tomorrow, so it's Tuesday. Every Tuesday and every Wednesday I do classes.
But you're okay. Now I am a little bit confused.
Okay.
I thought you're doing a special event at Linda's East, but you're doing a special event and the Sew Tuesdays.
Yes. Yes. So the special event is the Sew Together Tuesday event. So on Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon, it's 10 a.m. Pacific. We do a live taping of the show, and then we do a class. And then on Wednesday, I teach more classes.
So where do we find you?
You can find me on Facebook. We have a great I Love Cuddle fabric group that you can
Hmm.
find me on, ask all sorts of questions. And of course, I'm personally on Instagram as well as the company, just Shannon Fabrics or my name.
So if somebody doesn't do Facebook, is there another way to get to these lives?
Yes, absolutely. You can watch it on YouTube.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. That's like us.
Shannon Fabrics, I guess, is probably it. It's through
Yeah.
Shannon Fabrics for all the video tutorials.
This is wonderful. Thank you. I know you guys are super busy, and I'm glad you got the memo on what to wear. Just saying.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Luckily, I have something in my very small closet.
we'll continue on. Hey, if you're going to be up in the Bay Area, let me know, okay?
I will absolutely.
Okay.
Thanks, Alex.
Okay, thanks so much. Say hi to Hawk and Linda Z and all those people there.
Will do. Absolutely.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
How's that for a story? Isn't that wonderful? I just, the long hallway. The one part I didn't ask her about, I think I heard that there might be somebody in there besides them some of the time, but yeah, whatever. How fun. I just love Teresa. She's just so good. She's such a great teacher. I don't do anything on Tuesday. So you might want to check out the Sew Together Tuesday at 10 o'clock in the morning and just see what she's up to. She is an excellent teacher. Got some things to tell you. We have some business at hand. All right. So as we know, around the corner, we're going to be doing this basket quilt. Okay, right here. And a couple of you have tried to order the pattern from me. I don't know how you get it because it's been taken off my site. As it was, it is no longer available. It's out of print, but we redid it, and we redid it in hard copy form as well as PDF. And honestly, it's more comprehensive than the other one was. So finally, it's in the store. You can, at the quiltshow.com, you can go there. And I believe there's the top banner, just takes you right to what you need and what you might want to purchase for this. And of course, the basket pattern itself. So I know you've been waiting for that, and we're ready to go. I'm I'm thinking we'll be starting it early October. The next week gets kind of funky, and I'll talk about that in a moment. The other thing that happened, and I have another little video to show you, not today. When we were taping, I fell in love with Richard, the bald guy in the kilts threads, and they are probably the most glorious thread I have sewn with when it comes to things like embroidery and all that. So it occurred to me, what about, okay, here we are. We're a team here now. We're going to work together. We've got the basket quilt coming up. We're going to do something with ties at some point too, okay? Because I have you collecting them. But also, I thought about this, and I hope it's not going to be too crazy. During the holidays, sometimes we really just can't sit down at our machine and do our thing. And so I think I might do a slow stitch Friday. This is a design that I drew, I think it might have been for the Mediterranean cruise, I forget. And I would love for us to work on this together. And yesterday I was out at the store, and Suzanne Kristen and I picked out two colorways of beautiful, beautiful thread of Richards. So I'm thinking that maybe around Thanksgiving, we might have two things going at once, but I'm just curious if you think this would be a good idea, and I'm watching here right now. Um, yeah, so we may be split, but I also know during the I know a lot of us so where perhaps people are going to be spending the night and blah blah blah. So we will continue on as planned, but I thought this Slow Stitch Friday might be a really fun thing to do. And if it's a hit, we could continue doing that for quite a while. Okay, good. Yay. Okay, Kristen. I know Kristen's watching and Suzanne. Yay. This is a go. Oh, the other thing we're thinking about doing, I'll have to give it a 7-second delay, is you will be able to purchase the pattern by itself, but then we thought, what if we had it pre-printed on fabric, like in a light gray or something like that, so you don't even have to mark it? Kristen assures me this is something we can do quite easily. Yes, John? Oh, it's stitched. It is stitched. This is, I will show you about 3 super simple stitches that you can do to do this. I will tell you this would be beautiful applique if somebody wants to do that. Um, okay, good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. All right. Yeah, and it's about, I don't have it right now. It's at the store. That piece is about, how many times, what was it, Kristen? It was like 20 by 16 or something, like, I can't remember. But basically, the panel could fit on a fat quarter. So Kristen says it's no big deal for us to get those panels made for you to stitch on, and I just think we need to do a really light color. And then we chose, was it 9 colors in 2 different colorways, and they were just absolutely beautiful. Oh, we had fun. Oh, we had fun. Okay. Now, Friday, what are we going to do? You guys are keeping me on my toes. Um, okay, we've done a lot of things with sticks. And now I want to teach you on Friday how to do these soft curves, okay? It's really easy, it's really fun. And then Monday, let me see if I want to do like a wonky log cabin, kind of like what you see in the middle there. And with some nice little slivers stuck in too. So, yeah. So here's what's going on next week. Okay, Friday, curves. Monday, wonky log cabin. Wednesday, we're trying for surgery again. Going back in Tuesday night. It looks like his arm's getting better. Um, Friday, oh, this is really important. Friday, Barbara Black is taking that slot. Number one, it's my retreat. But number two, she wants to take that slot over the first Friday of the month because this next month with our pattern, there's some danger zones that she wants to make sure you guys work around. So I said, hey, take that Friday. And then I realized it was during my retreat. So it was like all super, it just worked out beautifully. So Friday, curves. Monday, wonky log cabin. Wednesday, just go sew. And Friday, Barbara Black. Okay? Are we good for that? Okay. I think I think we're good. I think we are good. Okay, everybody, have a great day. It rained yesterday. It rained. John came out and wanted to know if we were going to build an ark. Yeah. So take care. I so appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day, and we will see you Friday.